budgeters, my name is Brandy and you're watching From Debt to Dreams, and on this channel we are paying off over $400,000 worth of debt, but don't you fret, more than half of that is our mortgage. And in today's video what we're doing is we are doing our expense tracking for the week. I can let you know it's the last week of July. We are paid, we're really close to payday. Payday is on Friday, and we did not do very good this pay period. I did a very poor job at estimating what we would need to spend our money on. I did a very poor job budgeting this time around. So unfortunately, I have had to move money from our income account, and I moved a little bit of money from our savings account into our checking account. Thankfully, the money is there. However, when I'm trying to save money, the last thing I need to be doing is moving money into the account in which we spend money in, right? So I'm already aware that we totally messed up this time, and so we are working for next pay period to be better. So let's talk about what we've done so far. Excuse my nails, I need to redo them. We left off here with the tithes to our church for the month. So I moved $100 from our income account into our checking account. So that is technically earned income, because everything in our income account is our paychecks. Okay. My husband withdrew $60 because he used some money that he earned earlier this month to get himself a tattoo. However, we needed a little bit of extra money so that he could pay for the tip. We had underestimated how long the tattoo was going to take. And then I went out with a friend on Thursday. It was book club night. And one of my really good friends and I try to go out to dinner with her before book club a couple of times a year. So that's what we did there. From our cash spending, we did our groceries at Costco, some groceries at Walmart, and we bought some dinner on Friday for the kids with cash, and then we also bought my prescriptions with cash. And then here is my husband using some more cash for his tattoo. So earlier this month, I moved $200 into savings right here. And remember when I said in that video that I didn't know, like I didn't want to write that down because I didn't want to have to write savings used when he got his tattoo. So what I ended up doing is just crossing that out, and we're not going to be counting that when I count my savings for the month, because what you'll see here is it's over here. Jason moving, he earned that income right here, $250. 50 of that dollars we used for all like this, some of this takeout stuff to help balance out where we were at. But 200 of those dollars I took out of the checking account, and we moved it into his cash envelope, and then I wrote it right here as savings because I wasn't sure if he was going to be getting his tattoo in July. He did end up getting his tattoo in July, so I just decided to cross that out. We're not counting it as savings because we're counting it as in his category for his tattoo. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain, which is exactly what needs to happen because it's my budget. So with the cash that we used this time, we have some money left over, not very much. And here's all the change. Come out. So we're gonna put all this change into our change jar. All right, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm gonna move, actually I need to write down that we have $7 moving into savings. All right, there we go. We close this because these are dollar bucks. I save certain dollar bucks. And out of seven of these dollars that we received, I only had to cheat on 2 of them. So I save right here. We have $7. Let's just go through these. I have a new binder. This is where I'm going to keep my husband and I's savings. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm in frame. I never quite know. So in here we have me and I saved the B-Bucks, and there's 2 B-Bucks. So we're gonna put that in here. Okay, and we're gonna color this in. This is my tracker. Each shoe is $2. I started this because I wanted a treadmill in my house. And then I was like, oh, well, I really want to get my grandmother's Bible rebound. And so then I was like, okay, maybe I'll save for that. And then of course it's been, like the heat index in North Carolina has been like over 100. And so then I'm like, well, maybe I really do need to save up for a treadmill because I'm not able to do any of my walking. I'm going to put this binder over here because I do have some bucks for Jason, but I put them in alphabetical order because that's what I wanted to do. So I have, the next ones are D. I save C and D bucks for my son Colin. His name is Colin Davis. So I'm going to put those D dollars in here. Take a pen and 1, 2. Okay. There we go. Put that to the side right here. Move this back over. For my husband, I save G and H bucks for good looking husband. We're just gonna put 1 in here, and we're gonna write down $1. So he should have $3 because he used his 200. 1, 2, 3. Originally, I wasn't saving for my husband, but then he asked where his envelope was. So I was like, okay, we will sign for you. We will make one for you. And then we save J and L bucks for my son, Joshua Landon. And these trackers that I made, super easy on Canva, they have 50 circles on them. And so I'm going to do, just like I do my mini Mondays, where I do one side of the X, and then when we finish that, we'll go the other way around one side, and then they'll have $100 that I will then put in the bank for them, for their savings. All right, well, that's all I have for us today, Monday. Things this week are probably going to look a little different. Not a lot going on this week because all of our bills have been paid for this pay cycle, and except for Spotify. And because we are so low and we have not done very well this pay cycle, we do not plan on spending any money this week, except for maybe things on like gas. So hopefully it's going to be a short and sweet and boring little video. So anyway, my friends, I hope that you have a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you when I film tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. Thank you. Bye. Happy Thursday, fellow budgeters. Man, it's the last day before payday. So today we are wrapping up the pay cycle, and I'm actually wrapping up the month of July. So I'm going to be doing all the math and figuring it all out, and then I'll have a video not next week, but the week after for my July closeout. But let's see what we have going on in the checking account for the rest of the pay period. And then, yeah, that's about it. So I can't remember when the last time was that I filmed. It's been quite the week. But here is a grocery purchase to Aldi. I remembered why I didn't remember why. So it looks like we're gonna be over in groceries, but we're really not, because, and I didn't even write it down, but when I was calculating the rest of these, I put it in here. My husband spent $30 on his prescription with the cash from our checking account, or for our groceries, which is then why he needed to use $30 in our savings account to pay for groceries. So it balanced it out. So I was like, oh, we're going to be so over, but we're not over because it balanced it out. He paid $30 to get his prescription in cash when he should have done it in the debit card, but then he used the debit card to pay for that $30 of groceries. So we're good there. All right, we filled up one of the cars. Here is my second parking purchase from that night I went out with my friend. from book club. I had to pay for parking twice. And then here is me, one of my very favorite websites, christianbook.com, is having a sale, and one of the Bibles that I have had on my wish list for a very, 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 very long time was on sale for $8, and I couldn't pass that up. So I bought it, and then I had to pay shipping, and that is, even though I put it under my my spending, it's technically a Christmas present because I'm giving it to my husband for Christmas. Here is our Spotify coming out for the month. Here is hubby taking me to Starbucks. We paid for, he thought he had a $20 gift card to Starbucks. Turns out it only was $10, so we had to pay $10 at Starbucks. And then here's him going to Arby's. And then we had to buy some blackout shades and a curtain rod and a couple of other things for the house on Amazon. So there is that. And then, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all these, figure out my categories, and close out everything for the month so that we can have a fresh start in August, starting tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you have a really, really lovely Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow for the beginning of the new pay period. Yay! Bye! Happy Friday, everybody! It's payday today. So even though today is payday, my husband's paychecks usually get deposited the day before, which is wonderful because then I can move money over and have that money in the checking account so that I can pull it out for the cash. So I'm going to go to the bank a little later today and pull out the cash for our cash envelopes and for our sinking funds and for our play and pays and that kind of stuff. So I only put $2,000 so far into the checking account yesterday that has been cleared. I did move the rest of it over this morning. So our checking account should be fine. I even put a little bit extra in there so that we're not running into that, getting super close to the end of the pay period and the checking account being so low. So anyway, here we are getting gas again. I need to ask my husband why we're getting gas so often. I feel like we're just getting gas like every other day. And then this is, I think I'm going to have to change my color. This is a thing called Kids Matter, and I ordered their welcome box. I am the children's pastor assistant at my church, and I want to up my game in my leadership and in what I do for the church. And I want to be more of a help for my children's pastor. And so what I've done is there is an organization called Kids Matter, and I have ordered their welcome box. And all you had to do was just pay for shipping. So it's a box. It's going to have a lot of cool things in it. It's got a book, a notebook, maybe another kind of book. There's a few things in there. I'm really excited for it. So, there it is. So I've spent my first $12 of this pay period, and I'm not going to spend any more. But there was that. And then so later today, I'm just going to go to the bank and pull out cash. And that's it. We don't really have anything going on this weekend. I'm very excited about that. We've been very busy the last few weekends, and this weekend we have zero plans. So there is a book sale at our local library that I don't plan on going to. However, at that same library, I have books waiting for me that are on hold. And so we're going to have to go to that library so I can pick up those books, which means we might just look around in the book sale. So we will see. But anyway, that's it. I hope that you have a lovely weekend. Why don't you tell me in the comments what you're doing this weekend? Oh, also, I looked yesterday, and I didn't say it when I was filming, but I have now reached 200 subscribers. And like, that is so exciting because I don't promote this channel. I don't make challenges. I don't do anything. It's just you guys finding me and deciding to subscribe. And I am so amateur. Like, I don't have right lighting. I really hate my desk setup. I'm just like, it blows my mind that there are 200 of you that have decided to subscribe to my channel, and I just really appreciate that. I don't say that enough on my channel, and I don't go into the comments as often as I should. So just know that like I really absolutely appreciate you so much, and I just thank you so much for being here and being interested in the way that my husband and I are working to reach our financial goals. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, my friends, I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Monday with a mini Mondays video. Bye.